always been creatively minded at heart. I realized that this whole kind of office job thing was not for me. So I wanted a creative business, and I kind of fell into photography. So my world was always very photography based, and it was wonderful to find something that you're really passionate about that you can also turn into your career is a blessing, because it doesn't happen to a lot of people, right? I got a bit jaded, I guess. And that's the last thing that we ever want to feel when we are running our own businesses. So I had a good chat with a very good friend, and she said to me, what you need to do is you just need to write down all of the things that you're really, really good at, and then look at them and then decide how you could apply that into some form of business. When I wrote everything down, I realized that I had this kind of formula for a business, which was to go into personal branding as a whole. So I made it my mission that I was going to immerse myself in it.
I love that. I love it. So much energy. Sharon, you mentioned there, power keywords. I myself is excited to learn tips for developing your personal brand.
What I would love you all to do is to write down vertically down the page the word person. We'll start with the letter P. P stands for personality. So when you are defining your brand, your personal brand, you need to think about what your brand personality is going to be. So it's not just the what you do, it's the why you do what you do. If you don't get your brand personality right, then you're not necessarily going to attract the right clients. You need to look at your brand values. Think about the look and the feel and how you're going to communicate your brand personality through everything that you do. And E is for experience. You need to think about what experience you are providing. How do you humanize your brand so that people can connect with it on an emotional level? R is for relevance. Defining your audience's personality is really important. In order for you to be able to attract the right clients to your business, you need to think about them not just in terms of the demographics, and that's important, but also in terms of the psychographics as well. What are their struggles? What solutions are you providing for them? S stands for separation. So how are you going to separate yourself from the competition? Generally speaking, no matter what you do, there will be competition. So you need to think about what's either your unique selling points as a personal brand, but also what's your UHP, which is your unique human point as well. So what makes you stand out? O stands for offer. So what is the offer that you are providing for people? Guess what? A lot of people focus on the products and service and not on the solution. And people are interested in your products or service. Actually, they're interested in the solution that you can provide for them. So it's thinking about what the solution is and being really focused on that. That all comes down to your messaging in terms of how you can improve a person's life. And then N is for narrative as well. So narrative is everything to do with messaging. So thinking about, how you're communicating your personal brand, remembering to communicate your brand values, which should be at the core of your business from which everything else expands out. It should land exactly the same no matter where you are. So there should be no surprises, because people are very good at seeing through people. And if there's not that authenticity and that consistency, then people are going to smell a rat and they're not going to want to work with you. So those, my friend, are the PERSON of personal branding.
Powerhouse, powerhouse. I love that. It's very powerful. I love that. I love that. And you really crafted something that would help people, entrepreneurs, in their journey. I mean, that is a cohesive set of guidelines for them to really, time to time check. And coming from an expert like you, based on experience, it's such a powerful tip that you can share for us. Thank you so much, Sharon.
You're welcome. And I hope it's helpful to people, because sometimes I think when it comes to your personal brand, people can get very overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. But at least if you remember that acronym and just break it down into those core areas, then you're on to a good start.